During the 1900s, bald eagle populations declined due to bounty hunters, habitat loss, and the insecticide DDT. Over 100,000 were killed from 1917 to 1953. The federal government listed them as an endangered species in the 1970s. As humans became aware of their fate, they banned DDT, and the DDT levels in the eagles dropped. The resulting resurgence of the bald eagle is one of the most successful conservation efforts to ever occur. In 1980, there were less than 30 bald eagle breeding pairs in the Bitterroot Valley. Today, Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks suspects there are close to 800 breeding pairs. Since at least the early 1980s, one or more bald eagle pairs have nested at MPG along the Bitterroot River floodplain. The first pair observed nested on the north floodplain in a large pine. A pair eventually moved their nest to the south end of the floodplain. From 1980 to 2008, Mac Donofrio and the National Forest Service monitored nests in the area. At least one pair of eagles from one of the nest locations fledged young each season for 16 consecutive years. Around the mid-1990s, one of the nests fell and killed all 3 chicks. The following year, the pair moved west to the other side of the river and built a new nest in a large cottonwood. A pair stayed there for a few years. Then, one of the pairs eventually moved to their current location by the clubhouse. The nesting eagles in this film are various breeding pairs at different nest locations over several years on the Bitterroot River. Bob Schrader built the clubhouse in 1996 and ran a shooting club around the nest area until 2006. The constant shooting and presence of people did not bother the eagles, and they continued to produce young. In the past 11 years, a pair near the clubhouse produced young 8 times. They had 1 nest failure and 2 unknown outcomes. In the 1980s, the Forest Service considered one of the pairs the most prolific in the Bitterroot Valley. Bald eagles nest close to water in mature and old-growth forests. They choose a tree that has easy flight access and good visibility. The branches of the nest tree must be able to hold the first sticks the pair brings to build the nest. After first-year construction, the pair will use the same nest year after year, but have alternate nests in their territory in case the first nest fails. In January of 2015, RaptorView Research Institute color-banded the adult male. He was the active male at the nest for the 2015 breeding season. A different male is at the clubhouse nest area this year. He may have an aluminum band, but is not color-banded. One supporting branch of the forked nest tree fell this winter. We hope it will not affect the pair that used the nest to breed this season. A young bald eagle is near a carcass. Eagles and other scavengers feed on carcasses over the winter to aid their survival. A young golden eagle, on the left, and young bald eagle, on the right, feed on a carcass together. Here, an adult bald eagle and golden eagle fight over the carcass. Bald eagles initiate their nest in January or February. In 2010, Mark Ford installed a nest platform near the clubhouse. The top of the nest tree the eagles used blew down in 2013. Since 2014, a pair have nested at the new platform. We monitor the clubhouse nest from a distance to not disturb the eagles. The clubhouse pair laid their eggs in the middle of March and incubated for 35 days. Both parents incubate, but the female incubates most of the time. They are careful as they walk around the nest to not rupture the eggs with their sharp talons. The clubhouse pair's eggs hatched by April 19, 2015. The young are a day or two apart. The clubhouse pair had 2 tiny hatchlings. Hatchlings have a gray down coat. They grow fast, and by 3 weeks they measure a foot high, and their feet and beaks are almost as big as an adult's. The first 4 weeks, the female protects the young from bad weather. After that, they huddle from the wind and rain on their own. By 4 to 5 weeks old, the chicks have dark brown feathers and can collect their own food around the nest. At 8 weeks, the birds are always hungry. Their parents hunt for food non-stop. The adult dives to the river to catch a fish and delivers the fish to the nest. It walks the floppy fish to the other side of the nest, and then it tears off smaller pieces to feed the young. The older of the 2 chicks receives most of the food and grows larger than the younger chick. Like this golden eagle, the parents will draw a protective nictating membrane over their eye when they feed the chicks, so the chicks won't puncture the parents' eye as they lunge for food deliveries. To reline the nest, the male brings nesting material. Here, long grass, throughout the nestling period. The extra material may shade the young or assist in sanitation. An adult brings a stick to the nest. Both adults build the nest, but the female chooses the stick location. She places the stick and then decides it would be better placed a little more to the right. Nests used for multiple years can acquire mammoth proportions. The largest nest ever measured was 12 feet high and weighed about 2 metric tons. Bald eagles have evolved to keep a tidy nest. The nestling defecates over the edge of the nest to maintain a clean living space. They bury food scraps under grass in the nest instead of throwing it out, to deter predators. The older of the 2 clubhouse nestlings is perched closer to the nest edge. Chances are it will fledge first. The nestlings are 8 weeks old, and they start to stretch their wings to gain strength and jump to practice flight landings. Adults fly near the nest with prey to tempt the young to leave the nest. The clubhouse chicks fledged from June 24th to the 26th at about 9 to 10 weeks old. Here, one of the clubhouse fledglings tests its wings for flight. Fledglings stay close to each other and their parents after they fledge. The adults feed the fledglings for up to 6 weeks before they leave on their own. One clubhouse fledgling looks out and waits for a prey delivery from its parents above the clubhouse pond. The other of the 2 clubhouse fledglings rests its foot on a cottonwood branch above the Bitterroot River near the clubhouse nest. The parent is perched nearby across the Bitterroot River. The family sticks together for 4 to 10 weeks as the chicks gain their own skills. A few days after fledging, the young eagle adapts to life out of the comfort of the nest. The young eagle moves to a different perch and perfects the maneuver to its chosen perch location. The fledgling slips and slides on the smooth cottonwood branches. One day it will know how to use its sharp talons. The fledgling takes off from its perch for a practice flight. The siblings wander and explore for 4 years. Each year they grow new feathers, and their plumage matures to resemble an adult. The clubhouse fledglings soar high above the nest. They have learned to ride thermals to gain height with little effort. Some fledged birds return to the area of origin and raise young of their own. For now, the clubhouse pair head to the south.